Our next guest knows that all too well, as just a few weeks ago, he lost his son to an overdose.
Nationally syndicated radio host, comedian, and Birmingham native Rickey Smiley joins us this morning from Dallas. Rickey, first of all, good morning to you, and our prayers continue for you and your family.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Hey, sweetheart, I know it took you a minute, understandably, to want to talk about this publicly, but you made that decision to do so. First of all, how are you?
It's day by day. I just have to continue to, just to, press on. I'm faithful. God is faithful. God is still good. God has allowed me to, to continue to work and giving me a lot of peace that surpasses all understanding. And so I'm just grateful that I'm able to get out of bed and to continue on to still be here to protect my family, protect my mother and, and my kids. So, we're hanging in there.
I want to let our viewers know who may not know, Brandon was 32 years old and a comedian like you, just a wonderful kid, but it was no secret to you and your family that he struggled with drug use and addiction. I know a lot of people fear this can happen to their loved ones. You had feared this would happen, did you not?
Yeah, I did. For years and years, we had been having conversations about this, and it was scary. I think we extended every resource that we could possibly think of in order to try to get him straight, get him back on the right track. And it was just, it ultimately took him out. And we're devastated. It's been years. It's been probably over 13 years. He was a great kid, a great adult. He was a big brother, a son. He was a grandson. He was a great grandson, full of life, full of laughter, full of energy, full of love, would do anything for you. He didn't look like what he was going through. And I think, what he was going through was just kind of private, because you would have thought that he didn't have that going on if he was around him.
Rickey, that kind of underscores one message, is that this can happen to anybody. Doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. They can be dealing with things on the inside. I'm just curious, though, you as a parent, having to watch this, how did you deal with that helplessness that you feel? Because I know other families who've been impacted in this fashion as well.
Yeah, it's like the new thing now, because this is the third family member in their 30s to pass away within 2 years in our family.
Gosh. Goodness.
I lost a niece and a nephew as well over the past 2 years, and it's kind of like if any kid is out here dealing with anything, whether it be pills, whether it be anything, you can't even smoke or whatever, nothing with anybody, because you just don't know what's out there, and it's dangerous. And a lot of kids are dying, and parents are talking to the kids. The issue is getting kids to listen to the parents, and to take heed, are telling you about this stuff, because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, to get a phone call that, your kid or your brother or your grandson or great grandson has passed away.
Well, Rickey, I remember how we found out. I saw your video that morning, and just at that time you were in Dallas, you got a phone call. At that time you didn't know he had passed, is that correct?
Yeah, when I got the phone call, Brandon's girlfriend called me and told me that he had, she believed that he had OD. She found him unresponsive, and he's on his way to the hospital. The next call I got was from Brandon's sister telling me that he was on the way to the hospital. So Brandon's sister and Brandon's mother called me back. And when they called back, I already knew, because I could just hear the reaction in the background. I think that he didn't make it. And my goal was just to try to make this flight that was leaving within an hour and 15 minutes. So I flew out of Dallas, Love Field. I live downtown Dallas to get back to Birmingham. And that was a dark, cloudy, rainy day that I'll get that definitely changed my life forever.
Goodness.
And so this is the new life now. So now I'm just trying to learn how to live with it, to wake up and say I have, 3 kids, and as opposed to having 4. Because regardless of, what I go through stuff with my kids when they become young adults or whatever, they make certain decisions and they go in different directions. And sometimes it conflict with everything that you've been teaching. And I just hate that it happened, that this happened to him, because Brandon had a daughter. He was a father. He was a father. He was a son. He was a mentor. He was a big cousin. He was something to everybody, and we all loved him.
Rickey, I know you did everything you could to try to help him. You said that, and so many families do. Now, I guess just from hearing you talk, is this kind of your mission now to talk about this, to maybe make a difference and help others? Or tell us what you're thinking right now.
Yeah, we definitely want to help others to try to save, to save these kids or whatever. We was talking about it on the morning show, this morning. How do we have these conversations? Because definitely we live in a society where correction has come into question. So if there's no correction, kids gonna eat Skittles for breakfast as opposed to bacon, eggs, and grits. We're allowing to do whatever they want to do to appease them, and there's no correction. So when there's no correction, kids are out here just doing any and everything and whatever they want to do. And now because of that, some of them are losing their lives. I was a strict dad. I didn't play. And just for the record, toxicology report has not been, we don't have the results of the toxicology report, but, knowing from the stories that I got, we believe, and it's not confirmed, that that's how he passed away, just for the record.
Rickey Smiley, as we wrap up, you are a comedian, very funny. We love you very much. You and I have been friends for a long time. And how do you continue doing what you do now?
It's hard getting, some mornings it's hard getting out of bed. But you have to look at stuff in a certain perspective. One perspective, hey, my son has passed away. I don't have strength in my body to move or whatever. But another perspective, my son was full of love and full of joy. What would he want me to do? Do he want me to be sad? Want me to get up and do comedy and make people laugh every morning? And, to protect his siblings, his brothers and sisters, and his grandparents, and because he's in a better place. My son is with God. We are the ones down here on this earth suffering and going through what we're going through. My son is in a much better place now. So, we just want to continue to, to keep his memory alive, to try to keep other kids safe, to make sure that he died just so others could live, where his death won't be in vain. He has a wonderful mother and stepdad. He come from a wonderful family. We all loved him. And, some decisions that cost him his life. And so we just going to try to just keep moving, keep doing comedy, keep making people laugh, and stay prayed up, and know that God is still on the throne and still in the blessing business. So I'm honored to be alive and to be well enough to continue to do what I'm doing. So we just give God all the glory.
Rickey Smiley, we'll end it there, but just thank you. God bless you for soldiering on, and for you trying to continue to pound the message out there to change people's lives. We appreciate it.
Love you, Rickey.
Love you too.
We'll be right back.